Welcome to the Console Xplosion podcast. You're listening to Matt coming at you from Edmonton, Alberta.
My name's Kaztech and coming from beautiful, sunny Ottawa, Ontario.
I'm Fatuma and coming in from morbidly, really cold, way too early Saskatoon.
Yeah, is it still nice and sunny down there in Ontario, Kaz?
Oh, it's beautiful. It's plus 30 out here. How's the snow doing?
Well, the snow hasn't come yet. It's all in Calgary, apparently. We've just been getting flurries over here. And it all seems to be staying over on the south end of the province. So we're good. Golden for a bit.
Is it
First time in history.
It is way too soon. Way too soon. We didn't even get like a fall season. It just decided to dump snow on us in the first week of September.
Oh, that's depressing.
Yeah, welcome back to school, right?
Yeah. It's like I know it's gone bad when people in Calgary are already posting the Ned Stark winter is coming statuses. It's just...
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not there. I'd be pissed. I hate the snow. And I mean, it was bad enough, was it 4 years ago? During the Stampede, it snowed. It didn't stick, but it snowed, and the Stampede's at the beginning of July.
That's pretty crazy.
That would be sad.
Yes.
Freak snow accidents, it happens.
Oh,
I thought just the Stampede as a whole was the disturbing part.
Hey now, the Stampede is the greatest thing in the world.
All I see when when people are going to Stampede is Instagrammed photos of like Valencia filters on their like carved, like infused, like deep fried, like diabetes in a bowl of whatever food it is that they get there. That's all I know of the Stampede.
You name it, it's on a stick or deep fried.
Exactly. And just looking at that, my arteries clog. So no.
Was it the year before? I tried deep fried butter.
Why? That's
because it was on the menu.
Because it was on the menu.
It was on the menu. It's just one of those things. And chocolate dipped bacon on a stick.
Holy shit, man.
Are we going with the premise that Kaz will eat anything if it's put on a menu?
Or on a stick?
Or on a stick.
You can stick it on a stick. Well, last year I didn't get a chance to go to this year, but this year they had scorpion pizza.
Oh no!
And I would have loved to try it. One of our other members, Black Ace, had this big thing. If I ended up going out there, that we'd be doing all these eating challenges of all the weird foods the Stampede had, but things didn't line up, and I'm kind of glad because they had some really messed up food this year.
Wow. I feel like whoever makes those menus is just like, Stampede's coming up, let's drop some acid and come up with what we're going to make.
I mean, I've had deep fried Oreos. I've had deep fried Snickers.
I've had a deep fried Mars bar, which I will admit is at the Taste of Saskatchewan is delicious.
Mm-hmm. I had deep fried. What else I have? Those deep fried jelly beans.
Ooh,
really?
That kind
deep
of
fried
seems
jelly
interesting.
beans.
That seems interesting.
See, that's the whole thing. Is just trying it, right?
Trying it and seeing if you go to the emergency room.
How does that come out for the jelly bean? Like, it's got to be like gooey and stuff, eh?
Well, it's like a dough. And every jelly bean's inside of the dough.
Right.
And when you bite into it, it's kind of like liquidy, and it burns you, and and you need to go to the hospital after you have 30 burns on your face.
I see. I hope that that's the marketing slogan of these jelly beans, is that it's liquidy and it will burn you and you will go to the hospital.
Yeah.
And people in Calgary are just like, oh, okay, I guess I'm going to eat this one.
Just right on the sign, business is not responsible for any medical calls or anything.
Isn't that like on the doors of the Stampede?
It's on the ticket.
It's on your ticket.
If a bull runs you over, it's not our fault.
It's not.
Exactly. I'll give you an idea of some of the food they had last year. All right.
Okay.
So a 2-foot long sausage, a bacon wrapped corn, belly wrapped pork belly on a stick, bacon wrapped hot dogs.
That seems
garlic chicken kebabs. That's nothing special. Tokyo teriyaki and Shanghai sweet chili corn dogs. Chocolate dipped cookie dough on a stick.
That kind of sounds
Which is
good.
great.
That sounds good.
That is great.
Crocodile sliders. Deep fried cookie dough.
Yes.
Deep fried Reese's peanut butter cups.
Okay.
Deep fried cheesies.
Getting better.
Deep fried sushi.
Yes.
Fried pickle pizza.
Okay.
Yeah,
Deep fried donut bacon cheeseburger.
Oh, you brought me back.
Oh, really?
$1 million baby mac and cheese.
That sounds cannibalistic.
Okay.
It's topped with sauteed crab meat and sun-dried tomatoes.
It's chopped with sod.
Yeah.
Polish poutine, which is made with pierogies.
Oh, I've seen those. Those actually look good.
Porcupine corn dogs, which is a corn dog skew deep fried in corn batter, then rolled in French fries.
Okay.
Poutine burger.
Oh my goodness! Now you're just gonna have to take us all out to eat because there's
red velvet mini donuts.
I've seen them.
Scorpion pizza, tequila French fries, Skittles candy apple, turkey dinner poutine, and a fish stick on a stick.
Wow.
And those are just the new ones.
A fish stick on a stick. Okay, I got it.
Yeah,
it took me a moment.
A stick on a stick inside of a stick.
So they didn't call it fishception instead. That was. I feel like if you go beyond like 3 descriptive words for your meal, you've already like hit pretentious territory and should just walk away. Like if it goes deep fried, like simmering, sautéed, just stop.
It just keeps sounding better every time.
No, it sounds like you need an MLA like bibliography for your meal. Like it makes no sense.
They open up the thesaurus just to read different words. We gotta make this sound awesome, but it's just a hot dog, sir.
It's just a fish stick. This is all it is.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's a fish stick on a stick.
Oh no! Stop, guys! Stop.
The fish stick on a stick for the chick. The chick with the dick.
I hope most of our readers are just like, I'm hungry. I'm gonna just like tune out of this, or listeners, I should say.
If they're anything like me, I'm wondering where I can go to get this stuff. Like, why does it have to be at the carnival? Like, there should be a restaurant.
Where do you live again, Kaz?
I'm in Ottawa, Ontario.
So if you guys want any of the aforementioned delicious, oddly descriptive foods, go to Ottawa, and Kaz will cook it all up for you.
Except for the scorpion pizza.
Except for the scorpion pizza.
Well,
that you could go to Matt.
I'm going to have to go out and catch scorpions.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You can cook the pizza. I'll just grab the scorpions and throw them on there when we're done. They could still be alive. I hear people are into that sort of thing, so.
That you could still... The scorpions being alive? Okay, this has already gotten way too crazy.
We'll just cut the pincer off the tail. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, that should be fine.
I have seen scorpion pizza. They're like tiny as hell, so...
My goodness. Anyway,
certainly not appetizing.
No.
Well,
huh?
This entire time,
I was gonna say the picture they showed. It was like there's like 3 scorpions per slice, and the slices are big.
Oh no! I don't want to know.
I wonder where the scorpions come from, because I don't even know where in Canada we would see them.
Pet center?
Oh, don't say that.
Keep them for a year and then just move the units.
They make the little kids buy them, and then they're just like, "Thank you, sir," and then they go.
They go to Petland and be like, "Oh, do you have any scorpions?" They're like, "Yeah, we have a bunch of scorpions here. Well, we'll take them all," and then they go and fry them up.
Yeah.
Just no.
So
that's
enough of that talk.
Open up a scorpion store.
Scorpion pizza, get one.
I like how this all came out of me dissing the Stampede, and it's just like, no, we have scorpion pizza, therefore we are validated.
Exactly. You like the Stampede? Yep. The food is good.
Anyways.
So, fair amount of news we had for this past week.
Yes. News not relating to food.
No, actually, the opposite, as a matter of fact. Getting into more virtual business here. So,
More people are buying more things.
yeah, and they're probably dropping their cell phones and picking up new ones pretty soon here because
the iPhones, the
iPhone
6.
6. Yeah,
The
we
cult
got.
followers. I am like, let's take a poll. I'm an iPhone user recently. How about you guys?
I'm an Android.
Android. I feel like that was coming. As I mentioned earlier when I could barely get into this talk, I like things to be as simple as possible and described in the dumbest ways, almost patronizingly, which is why I switched to Apple. And I don't know if the fact that the new iPhone 6 pretty much looks like an Android is meant to Jedi mind trick me, but I don't know if I like it.
No? Just by the look of it, or
I feel like it. Before my iPhone, I have a 5C because the 5 cheap is all I can get.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, I had the Galaxy S2, and that looks like when I saw the iPhone 5, like the iPhone 6, it looked the same, like from like the screen grabs that were being shown. So I don't know. Because what's the Apple slogan? It's not necessarily that we're doing something new. It's just that we're doing it better or something along those lines.
I think you're right.
I thought their slogan was, "It's not like we're doing anything new, but you guys just buy
it." That's it. That's exactly what it is.
It's the same as Capcom. It's the exact same as their slogan. We'll make the same game, and we'll make 5 different versions of it, but you're still going to pay full price for it because you're suckers. I mean, customers.
Customers. I didn't. Wasn't there like the worst iPhone or like Apple, like event was when they were releasing the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus and the Watch. Apparently, they were cutting in and out of the feeds, and like the announcers couldn't be heard because there was like a Chinese interpreter's voice coming into the mics instead.
Oh no.
Yes.
No.
I know. I think I read it through like watching like a PDS or something, but that sounds hilarious. Somewhere if like Steve Jobs is alive or something, that
he'd be rolling in his grave.
He would die again to roll in his grave. That would be it. Too soon?
No, it's a couple years. You're safe.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're fine.
Fair enough.
Everything's off limits here.
So,
I mean, what's the difference? So they have what, the iPhone 6 4.7 and a 5.5? Like,
it goes iPhone 6 and then there's an iPhone 6 Plus, and essentially, so the 6 Plus is the larger one. Both are larger than the 5, like any of the 5s. But I believe that they didn't mention a lot about it. Like they didn't mention if you could record video in 4K, I believe is what they were rumored to be trying to do. They did better like stabilization for the cameras, I believe. It's curvier, so that's enough to throw money at it, I guess.
And is it still plastic?
It's they didn't mention. I don't even know what could have been mentioned in this press release because everybody who recapped their videos in like a minute, because I don't know if it was because of the technical difficulties, but wasn't it rumored that they would have like a sapphire glass or something? They definitely they didn't announce it.
The transparent one?
Yes, I believe.
Yes. I know they talked about it. Like I have the picture here in front of me, but it's hard to say if that's even real or not. But
if it's feasible. Well, they mentioned for the iWatch. I'm embarrassingly realizing that I know way too much about this. The iWatch, the iWatch itself, because they like the biggest issues with it would have been battery life, whether or not it'd be scratch resistant. I'm pretty sure that the iWatch will have like a sapphire crystal glass front. So maybe they're implicating the same technology onto the phones. Who knows? Who knows really the void that is Apple? I'm sticking with my 5C.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I mean, I'm not an Apple product person. I mean, I've always had like an LG, but now I have the new Samsung. But you know, I'd rather go with an LG phone because the new LG phone's all metal. I like that. I do. It's, you know, more sturdy. I don't have to worry about dropping it. And I know everyone that had an iPhone, friends and family, screen breaks.
Well, that's exactly why I had the opportunity to get the 5S when I was upgrading, because they had TELUS had a trade-in thing where if you trade in your phone, you get like $100 credit, and with that you can get like the new iPhones. And I could have gotten the iPhone 5S easily, but just holding it in my hands, it seemed so like brittle that I did not want to think that I would be paying for another phone in the next 3 months. But like the 5C, I think because it's more plastic and you're like less paranoid about it, that's why I decided to get it. So the more expensive material you make of it, the less likely I will buy it. That's normally how I work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, here I got some specs on the phones if you guys want to hear it.
Okay.
Let's
hear it.
And compared to the iPhone 5S, which was 7.6 millimeters, we're actually getting it 6.9 now in thickness. A little smaller for your hands, you know, it'll fit nice. It's got a 4.7-inch screen, making it 0.7 inches larger than the previous model. If we're just talking price-wise, we're going to be getting, I think it's, it's 3 separate models. The 16 gigs is where it starts, and you can get as much as 128 gigs. £699 is what it's saying at the highest model. I'm looking on a British site right now. There seems to be more information going on overseas than there is here in our country. So
I think it was about at least I know it about the American prices on a plan wise. I think it's about $300 for the 6, maybe up to, or $200 for the 6, and about $300 for the 6 Plus on 2-year plans.
Yeah, it's about $100 difference between the two.
Yeah.
Now, the iPhone 6 will only be running a resolution of 1334 by 750, which is the same as the 5S from what I hear. The Plus, on the other hand, though, it's getting you 1920 by 1080p high definition resolution, like full HD at up 410 pixels per inch, which is pristine, beautiful. Sorry, 401. 401. I read that backwards.
416. Are going to be like, that's a strange number.
It is a strange number. I don't understand the whole pixels per inch, but it matters to somebody out there. Got to tickle your fancy.
Every inch, that's the amount of pixels that's in that inch?
Yes. I believe
that's
exactly
pixels
what that
per
means.
inch.
There you go.
I think all in all, I think all in all for the phones, it's nothing new. I think that they still have to bide their time in what they're going to release. I think the only thing that would be interesting for me is they've already like apparently learned how to stabilize like the camera a lot better, like stabilizes quicker. However, if they can record in 4K, then that's an argument, I think, to get the phone. I think that's the only argument I can come up with.
Well, what I do know is it can capture slow motion video at 240 frames per second.
That I've heard. That would be hilarious. But yeah, I feel like anybody who uploads can do the same thing with iMovie. So
and it's still only 8 megapixels.
Yeah, it's the camera. Yeah, the camera is pretty much the same. It's just the features. You can burst. I think burst mode is now on the front camera. I don't know what else, but
I would say the flashy part of the phone is definitely what's working internally. They've jacked these phones up with the new A8 quad-core processor, which is apparently giving them a 25% increase of processing power and 50% faster graphics than what they had in the previous models. So they're really capitalizing on 3D gaming this time. Yeah. They say with the battery life, the basic model iPhone 6 will last up to 11 hours when playing video, as opposed to the 10 hours you got on the iPhone 5. The Plus is actually 14 hours total. So you're not just getting a bigger screen, you're getting a little more battery, and that's about it.
Wow.
For an extra
$100.
For a whole extra $100. I feel like if the more interesting part of that was the iWatch. I think I kind of I wouldn't say I was sold on it because I like my analog watches, but their features were a little bit more interesting if you want to pull up the specs for that.
I'm gonna do it right now. I don't actually have it ready.
No, fair enough. But
from what
I remember, there's a dial similar to as how you can adjust the time. The joke that I made on Facebook was essentially there's so much that you can do with the iWatch that I put up a picture of the Spy Kids when they had the wicked like spy watch, but the thing that it couldn't do is tell the time.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm getting through the iWatch. It's apparently really great if you're a fitness junkie. It can record your heartbeat. And apparently you can also message people your heartbeat because if you want to be that guy. I can't. What else was it? There's no texting, which is what people were worried about, that they would have to text on like the tiniest screen in the world.
What if you could just talk to it though?
You can. There is voice recognition for it. There's you could actually choose. It could be text automated. It could be Siri, or it could be a third thing to which I cannot remember. However, I think that I can't remember what I was going to say, but it seems relatively interesting. The one annoying thing is that if you don't have an iPhone 5 or better, it's not going to work with it. Like it's an accessory in every way possible.
Right.
And I think that the price for that was $360.
Yeah, just under 400 is what I'm reading here.
Yeah.
So you could be hitting it right on the ball there.
Yeah.
So yeah, would you spend that much on a watch?
Personally, I think that it'd make a great gift, but nothing that I would dish out on my own.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's one of those if you have really like rich friends around Christmas, just to maybe wink, nudge them. Yeah. But I don't think so. And also they didn't really. I think they were dancing around the concept of battery life, because if your watch dies, that's like a whole new level of sad. Like if your watch dies. Also, a thing that they never brought up that I would genuinely be curious about would be, could you wear these like during exams? Like would there be some like disabling? Because technically you can still get notifications through it. Mm-hmm. And it's just, I don't know, it's an iffy area as a whole. It's cool, and I love the idea of wearable tech because it's so Jetsons that it excites me. But I don't know how feasible and logical it is.
Well, they haven't really proven to me that it's really worth my purchase. We're not going to see it till next year. So let's wait for these phones to get out, and then let's let them bring the watch out when it's ready. Mm-hmm. But if it's all it's going to do is check my vitals, maybe track how far of a distance I'm traveling, and I can maybe use the scroll wheel on it to zoom into pictures. Like that's not enough for a $360 watch, if you ask me.
Fair enough. I wouldn't even pay that for like a really like fancy watch. Like I'm good with my Ardeen $15 watches that break every 4 months.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even wear a watch now. I rely too much on my cell phone. I don't need to have a watch on my wrist.
I have to agree. Since I got my cell phone, I don't wear my watch. And when you talk about expensive watches, I have a Rolex, but it was a contest gift I won. I wouldn't spend $3,000 on this watch.
Yeah,
but it's a $3,000 watch, right?
Yeah.
I think that I like the idea of the wearable tech, like I said, but I'm more of I only wear a watch during the school year because like I don't want to be checking my phone during class because I can be a little bit of a keener on occasions. So I'd rather just look over at my watch. But if my professor thinks that I'm pretty much checking Twitter through my watch, I guess my effort is for naught. But yeah, I think that's the bulk of what I know from the the Apple press release.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, okay, from what I can see just of the entire the grand scheme of it all, is that Apple is now taking Android's business seriously, and they're bringing their customers up to our level. Not to Sorry, but it was interesting. I found a picture that somebody was circulating around on Plus here where they compared an iPhone 6 to a Nexus 4, a phone that's now 2 years old.
Yeah.
So, some comparisons. They both have 4.7-inch screens. The iPhone 6 has a 750p resolution, whereas the Nexus 4 actually beats it at 760. Mm-hmm. NFC payments, which is something Apple ridiculed Android for 2 years ago, bringing that out. They now have it in their devices. So you can use your credit cards and anything. The idea is to just have your phone sort of act as your wallet. So if you forget that at home, you have your cell phone, you can just tap it like you would your cards, and payments still get processed. They now enable widgets, third-party keyboards, cross-app communication, all kinds of stuff. Everything that Nexus has had for the last 2 years. Android is well ahead of the game, that's for sure. And I think making them similar to what an Android looks like is probably Apple's way of, appealing to that demographic, basic market of consumers that don't necessarily know the difference between an iPhone and an Android. I'm sure the market's kind of switched where people are thinking well, everyone's got Androids, I got to get Androids. So if you get a phone that looks like an Android, it doesn't seem so bad.
Well, yeah, because
I don't know.
For the longest time it was Apple and maybe this thing called Android that people who didn't want to conform to Apple would get, because it was more like people were more anti-Apple than they were pro-Android for a long while. Mm-hmm. But Android has fully stood on its own, and I think that as much as I enjoy my Apple, I think that they're two very separate markets. I know people who get Androids is because they're really into customization and like to make their phone kind of unique to themselves. Yeah. I pretty much I need my phone to do phone-like things, and if it can put me on the internet, that's also great. So,
but just the ability that the hardware has, that Apple is limiting your freedom with. I mean,
with so many Apple-like things, yep.
Yeah, I mean, to them, it's it's an Apple product that has to work with Apple things, and it's not going to go any further than that. You just have to buy an Apple product and it'll work. That's great. Yes, build an
Apple Fortress.
An Apple Fortress, yeah. But I mean, Android phones have very comparable hardware, and they can already do so much more, integration with televisions. You don't need to buy
Apple TV.
An Apple television box just so you can do that. They have TVs that run the Android OS already, and just through Bluetooth you can connect it, and boom, there you go. It's beautiful. Some things here, just to rub it in a little more.
I'm not coming off Team Apple. I'm coming off Team. I bought a MacBook for school because I needed Apple Care. I needed to know that if it fell down the stairs, I'd be good, because I'm that kind of person. Mm-hmm. I got an iPad for my birthday, and it came time to get a new phone, and I was like, well, might as well. I've already bit the bug. Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with owning an Apple product. I mean, it's great that we at least have you here to sort of defend their end, because I have a feeling if it was just Kaz and I, it would just be nothing.
It's just here's this segment called Fuck Apple.
Exactly. Here's some things that Android users can look forward to in our new year. With the next generation coming 2016, let's see, wireless charging, water resistance, infrared blasters, multi-user support, split screen applications, virtual buttons, all kinds of nice fancy stuff. So it'll be exciting to see the Apple customers, catch up to us finally.
I'm curious. I don't know if I'm just technologically incompetent, but what is an infrared blaster, and where can I get one? Because that sounds like.
That's interesting. You're right.
Yeah. Because if that doesn't sound like a sci-fi weapon to anybody besides me, then excuse my poor little nerd heart, because I want to know what an infrared blaster is.
Well, no, it's basically what your remote does to a VCR. But your cell phone can do it now. Okay. Makes sense. Thanks. Yeah, so you can control infrared devices.
Okay.
It could be your universal remote control.
That's still not as cool as it being a gun.
Right? I was gonna say if I ever come out with a novel, the main weapon is gonna be infrared blaster. It's like something that I swear they took off Firefly and be like, we're just gonna call this an infrared blaster, and nobody in the verse will know.
That'd be sweet.
That would be.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, yeah. iPhone 6.
I think we've covered the Apple world thoroughly.
Good. Now that's out of the way, we could talk about the serious business now. Smash Brothers.
Smash Bros.
Coming out very soon. At least the 3DS version. I don't fucking care. I'm buying it.
Wait, the 3DS version is coming out like earlier?
First. Yeah, October 7th, I believe, is the date it's setting on. We won't get the Wii U version till later in the holiday season. They haven't given us a date yet, so.
Ouch.
Yeah, but they're doing it for testing and debugging. They want to make sure it's perfect. Obviously, you know, the 3DS will live on for a bit, but I don't think that, you know, people are going to use it for too long. It's just going to go to the console. But I hear there's perks. If you play, you know, both versions, there's perks that come with you integrating both. So I hope they don't bullshit us on that.
Maybe. But there might be.
There's still a whole bunch of characters they have yet to unveil to us, and people in Japan have already gotten their hands on a copy of the game, despite the fact it still doesn't come out for a couple of days. There's already been streamers out there, and we actually have a few new faces.
Duck Hot Dog.
Can be confirmed. Yes.
Duck Hot Dog.
That to me is the most interesting.
That is hilarious because nostalgia is what nostalgia is, but that game was the most frustrating thing ever. I was always the one kid who apparently did not know how to hold the gun right and never got a single shot ever. It was so frustrating. And the fact that like I don't want to pick him myself. I want somebody else to, so I can thoroughly kick his ass. That's all I want.
But you get the duck as well.
He does get the duck as well, and I will kill all of them when I pick, say, like, who do I normally pick? I pick Peach, sadly. I'm not good at Smash Bros. Peach
is a great character. I mean, it could be worse. You could be Kirby.
Kirby is a cheat character. Kirby, I will go to my grave and say Kirby is a cheat character.
Pit.
Or Pit, yeah.
Pit's bad.
Samus is good too.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, what other characters were released? I was like so focused on.
Do we want to go through the roster? Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Spoilers. In case anybody cares. I had a friend who cared, and I was like, wow, that's kind of shocking.
You have the palette swap of, again, I hate these palette swap characters, but you have Mario and Dr. Mario.
Oh, does Dr. Mario act as a skin now? I thought they were separate.
He's his own character. But it's it's primarily a palette swap. He throws, instead of course, fireballs.
He throws
pellets. He throws. Exactly.
Wow. I like Dr. Mario. I know. I like Dr. Mario, though. The game in itself is pretty legit. But yeah, I don't see how useful that could be unless you're like going to start playing like Tetris on somebody as your special.
I wonder why
they should bring in as a Tetris block.
A Tetris block, yep.
A Tetris block fighter.
I would like to see that as a trophy. Like, seeing as how retro gaming seems to be very big in this version of Smash Brothers. Like, they already have Pong.
Pong, yeah.
And, god damn it, there was another one. I think it's Space Invaders or something. Like, they have a few in there. I would like to see Tetris blocks drop down onto the battlefield. I think that'd be pretty sweet. And you could climb on them. Like, it just sort of changes the landscape a little bit.
Fair enough. Or like you can hone in on one character, and if you can like complete the Tetris game, they just like obliviate and like are annihilated. That would be interesting.
That would be cool. Like that could be sort of a randomization if the trophy is summoned. Like, you know,
there should
may or may not complete it. That would be nice. That would be very nice.
There's also isn't there? There's a baby Bowser. Is it Bowser? Younger Bowser.
Baby Bowser. Yeah.
Baby Bowser.
Not yet confirmed, but I'm very excited to see that Baby Bowser is most likely going to be in this. We got footage. It's
the footage.
It's alive. It's moving. He attacks. He's completely programmed, and he's walking in a clown car. Why is he wearing it like pants?
No idea. I'm trying to find these photos myself.
Here, let me share you this nice handy link I have here.
Dun.
Boom, boom. Bring up Windows. Control V. Send.
All right.
So we got like animated GIFs and stuff on this page, but that's not important. So apparently, along with Baby Bowser, we're also going to get the Koopalings, which will be alternate skins for the same character.
If we're talking about filler slots, I feel like for Mario Kart 8 that the Koopalings were filler slots. I don't understand why we needed so many. It's just every time I would get a Koopaling instead of Rosalina, I would be like, die.
I hate you.
I hate you. Why another Koopaling? We don't.
What about Wendy? Don't you like Wendy, the girl Koopaling?
The
one sister.
The one sister.
Yeah.
The one sister. No.
But see, the Koopalings, you're talking about nostalgia.
Yeah.
Super Mario Brothers 3 being probably one of the best quote unquote games for the NES. Mm-hmm. The Koopalings are nostalgia. Super Mario Brothers cartoon, nostalgia. Those characters is what my generation would wanted to see.
Well, they have survived for a while.
They've survived a while.
New Super Mario Brothers, they've been in there, and they've kind of been carried over ever since then. I can't remember the last game they would have been in because it was just Baby Bowser and Bowser in the Mario Galaxy titles. So I think it's only just been New Super Mario Bros.
So are the Koopalings? I'm getting the idea that they can be individually picked, or if you pick one Koopaling, you get all the Koopalings, and you can just like run a gangbang on people via Super Smash Bros.
Well, you could always just play multiple characters. So
okay, so there you can select like Larry, Roy, and Wendy individually. I was just wondering if it was like when you pick Ash and you get all the Pokemon.
No, we're not getting that anymore. Not in this version of Smash Brothers, at least. Like, Zelda can't transform into Sheik, and Samus and Zero Suit Samus are now completely separate characters as well.
Okay. Ooh. Oh, okay.
Ooh, they should be the same.
Samus.
No.
I feel like
swap.
I don't mind. I feel like eventually people can realize that Samus was a chick because apparently nobody played Metroid and knew that until they started playing like Wii. Mm-hmm. So Zero Suit Samus is alright.
Yeah. Did she debut in the Other M title, or was it something sooner than that?
Zero Suit Samus, or
Zero Suit Samus.
I can't tell you. I can't remember.
Because I can understand that being the only reason she was ever included in Smash Brothers Brawl.
Because it was like a recent debut of that.
Well, yeah, like
the time.
At the time, they were coming out with Other M as well, and all those other titles. And Smash Brothers is essentially a showcase of their greatest hits of their current franchises. So,
or variations of it.
Variations of it.
Technically, Zero Suit Samus debuted in the original Metroid under the Justin
it was
Bailey
always
code.
There, but she was never considered as Zero Suit, right? It was always just Samus.
You put in the Justin Bailey code and you play Samus, right? You're her, so technically you're Zero Suit Samus because you have Zero Suit. You don't have her suit of armor, which is Zero Suit.
Okay. We finding somebody who knows all the loopholes. I, however, knew none of these.
No.
Nope.
I was not familiar with that either.
No.
But I mean, if you think about it, for Nintendo to make this decision to have them as separate characters, like, they already have a different fighting style. This opens up plenty of other, like, moves, I think is the word I want to use. Mm-hmm. Because the down B move, that's all you do is you transform, keeps you vulnerable for a bit, and people can come after you anyways. So they probably just wanted to, like, create a more versatile combat system, whatever.
Yeah, and I feel like of all the gravest sins at all, I could deal with Dr. Mario, and I can deal with Zero Suit Samus, but I fucking don't know why the hell there's a Wii Fit trainer in this game. I will never understand it. Like, I've seen Conan O'Brien play have you guys, like, I'm sure you've seen, like, his gaming noob thingy.
Yeah, and he played this?
He played it, and then he played the Wii Fit trainer. And I thought, for the longest time, I thought it was a joke because it's the creepiest thing. Like, am I alone in thinking that this character is the creepiest? Like, you could be sitting like next to Sonic like a freaking radioactive hedgehog or whatever and still be the creepiest thing if you're playing with the Wii Fit trainer. It's so weird.
Well, it was weird too how they unveiled her. Like she came out announced the same time as I think the game was unveiled.
Yeah.
And they waited till after their E3 conference to show it to the audience. It was like, oh no, new challenger approaching, and you know, this is the end of the conference. Like Smash Brothers was old business like 40 minutes ago, and they're like, nope, new challenger, we're gonna show you a new character, and oh, Wii Fit trainer. Like they give us our hopes. They brought him up and just took him straight down. Like, what the fuck? Why do we need her in there? It makes sense because it's a franchise that Nintendo believes in.
Fair enough, but it was a lost bet. Exactly, it was a lost bet. Somebody's like, dude, I bet you could do this. Like, just like hype it up a lot, and people will be like, oh, sweet, Wii Fit trainer, it's a playable character on Smash Bros. Nope. I'm not an advocate of it.
Well, would you agree with me if I said that Smash Brothers can actually help sell other franchises?
I think so. I think that's the point. Like, I think a lot of people, like a lot of girls that I know, they didn't even know about like Samus and Metroid, and they're interested in like that as a character. And then like I absolutely believe that. But I don't know if I would play Smash Bros and be like, hey, the Wii Fit trainer clearly can kick some butt. I guess if I get like the Wii Fit pad and all that, I can last in Smash Bros. I don't think that's the train of thought that people undergo.
No. Yeah, she's definitely the misfit of the bunch, and we still have like Pac-Man and Nintendog.
Pac-Man, yes, Pac-Man. I think would be interesting. If are there gifs of it? Are there gifs?
Of Pac-Man?
Because that was brilliant.
Well, I mean, you can just go to their website and there's videos you can play back. They've like legitimately unveiled Pac-Man. He's not like one of those secret characters.
He's not the leaked ones, I guess.
The leaked ones, no.
But one of the palette swaps that they leaked again, besides Dr. Mario, was Dark Pit.
Dark Pit, yeah. What the fuck is up with that? I did not play Kid Icarus on the 3DS, but where the fuck does Dark Pit come in? Like, we might as well get Dark Link as well.
Just get Dark everybody. Everybody should just...
I thought they had Dark Link.
Well, that was like a skin or something.
That was definitely...
But they never called him Dark Link or anything.
He was just darker shade Link.
Yeah.
Touché.
It's like, you want to be emo? You want to look cool?
Exactly.
Boom. I think he even had glowing eyes. Like, he was obviously Dark Link, but...
Yeah. But you could do that with a lot of the characters. So,
so I don't know. If Dark Pit can control differently, like... one of my worst... or most hated characters from the previous game was Wolf.
Oh, you didn't like Wolf?
No, I fucking hated him. My brother, that was his character, and
sure, it's your ass, and that's why you have.
Well, he only kicked my ass because the Smash Ball would happen, and he would have that tank, that destroyer, and he would just knock me off the level and shit. But I don't know what it was about Wolf. It didn't make sense to have him in there. It was like we just had to throw in a third character because we need 3 characters of every franchise in this roster.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
Well, that's not a thing. I just noticed this.
You just noticed this. You Rain Man the Smash Bros. Roster.
Well, yeah, they like to keep it to a certain, number of cast of characters. Obviously, Mario being the most prominent, of course. But like now we're getting some like new franchises and stuff. Ganondorf is another character that's supposed to be coming back. He's not actually on the official roster yet, but for what's been leaked, we got him, Sheik, and Link, and Young Link. All of those are coming back.
Link.
Well, Toon Link. I'm sorry. My mistake.
Toon Link. Get it right.
Toon Link. Yeah.
Toon Link.
Toon Link.
Yep.
Interesting.
And Kirby, we got Day, and Meta Knight is back, of course.
That's interesting, because last time I heard of Ganondorf was that the Hyrule Warriors release, or the tidbit that I saw. But I do not play much Link myself, or Legend of Zelda.
We got 4 characters returning, or 2 returning from Fire Emblem, 2 newcomers, Robin and Lucina, but Ike and Marth are also on the roster as well.
Yeah, no, nobody needs to mess with Ike and Marth, man. They cannot go anywhere.
No.
Mr. Game & Watch.
Mr. Game & Watch is making a comeback, supposedly, as is Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff was awesome. I didn't know Jigglypuff was coming back. That's a new one to me.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
If you scroll down to the bottom there, it's on the page. As is Rob.
Yeah, Rob and Wario. And then Ness from Earthbound.
Well, Ness is there, is he not?
No, he's not a main character.
I mean, no, he's not. Wow, I did not even realize that. Ness has yet to be officially unveiled. Oh, how does that go past your radar? He's been there since the very beginning. Like, just give us the original cast and then throw us out some new faces.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness, I'm super stoked for Jigglypuff, though. I'm pretty sure, like, the last time I owned, like, a Nintendo system, Jigglypuff was still a playable character on Smash Bros.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, she's been there since the beginning.
She was there. I mean, like, earlier,
I don't have Jigglypuff on my list or anything, but I mean, they're still talking about DLC for this game.
Yeah. Oh, DLC. Oh, how we love DLC.
Well, with what we've seen with Mario Kart, there's no doubt. We were talking about this a couple episodes back. Like, there's no doubt that Smash Brothers has to get some DLC. Like, whether it be new characters or new arenas, or fuck it, let's combine the two. Like, with Mario Kart, you're going to get some new characters along with a couple themed tracks from their franchise, which is just great. Okay. I need to see more of that in my Mario Kart. Mm-hmm. Smash Brothers, I could see them doing very much the same thing, but this is a huge roster. Like, we must be clocking in at like 40 characters at this point. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Did you lose me?
Oh, no, I didn't. I think we lost...
Fatuma?
Oh, yeah. She said she lost us, so here, let's...
Oh, okay. Patience, we'll just take a quick breather.
Hey everyone, you want to record video game footage to your computer and be like cool guys like us? Well,
I do.
ConsoleExplosion.com, you can actually click our ad right here on the bottom, and you can get a Roxio HD video recorder for 20% off the regular price. That's right, save 20% off by just clicking the ad or link in the description, and you can get yourself any Roxio products that they offer 20% off. It's a huge deal.
20%?
That's right, 20%.
Holy shit.
20 and little percent sign. I don't know what those are called. Percent signs? Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go with that.
All right. Either way, check it out. Links in the description. Ads right here. Hopefully you pick it. Check us out. Again, that's www.theconsoleexplosion.com. Scroll to the bottom. Back to the show.
All right. Is everybody here?
I'm back.
Oh, yay.
I disappeared for a little bit. My internet connection couldn't handle my Nintendo leakage.
It's too much. Nintendo's hitting you. Or it's Lizard Squad again. We don't need that shit happening anymore.
I've heard the story. Yep.
Yeah, we painted a target on our backs, apparently.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. So, amongst the rest of the leaked cast of characters, there's no new faces here. We're getting old characters. Wario is apparently confirmed.
I'm a Wario. I'm gonna win.
Ganondorf is one. I mentioned that earlier. Yes, we got Game & Watch, Duck Hunt. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Let's go up. Ness, is there anything else I'm missing? No, I think that's it.
I think we've covered the bulk of it.
So there you have it, people. There's your cast.
Unless Falco is a new one.
Oh, Falco is. Falco is. You're right. Yep. I'm trying to find his picture.
Falco is indeed here.
A little lost and forgotten, but Falco. You got to have Falco. He's the fastest character. I mean, come on.
Fair enough.
As long as Wolf isn't in the cast, I'm good.
Wolf will be available in DLC. You don't know.
Maybe, okay, if that happens, he better be coming with a couple more characters. Otherwise, we're just getting screwed.
Just getting screwed. It'll only be Wolf available on DLC. That'll be the only character.
Yeah. It'll be like when Soul Calibur 4 had Vader and Yoda. You had to pay like $10 to get the other character. Because they had Vader on the PlayStation and Yoda on the Xbox.
Fair enough.
It was $10 a pop just to get that one fucking character. Yoda was cheap as hell. Yeah.
I think that's the bulk of it.
That is the bulk of it.
Yay. We've made it through with minimum cursing for the Nintendo franchise.
We can't curse God's name.
We can. Oh, Nintendo is God now?
Well, now that the Smash Brothers game is coming out soon, I guess they're God back in my books.
They'll be God for a little bit. I think I read an article of how Wii U is actually slowly becoming more buyable, as opposed to I'm going to play through your games on this console and never do anything else.
Yeah.
But there's Hyrule Warriors, there's Yoshi's new game, Yarn
Woolly World.
Woolly World. I was going to be like Yarn World. I can't remember what it's called.
Well, no, it's not yarn. It's wool. There's a difference.
Oh my
okay?
goodness. I apologize. I will hand over my nerd card to you. Yeah. And there's I can't remember what else, but it does slowly seem viable. I still deep down wish that I had saved up my money for a PS3 instead of a Wii way back when. But 'tis what it is.
It is what it is.
The Wii's are like $5 now.
Well, yeah, now that they've pulled out internet capability and all that stupid shit, they just give you a bare bones box now. It's okay, that's that. Next, why don't we talk a little bit, and I'm gonna say a little bit because there's not much to say of this. Okay, we got some feedback going on. What's happening?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just unplugged my headphones momentarily.
Okay, we'll just wait.
Oh, fail. Technology inclined.
Sorry, I'm technologically incompetent. My bad.
All right.
Is this better? I actually do have a pair of good headphones. My brothers just stole it. So.
What a dick.
What a dick they all are, indeed.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're good now? We're good?
Yep, we're solid.
All right.
Sorry.
Next order of business. Supposedly, Minecraft maker Mojang is working out a $2 billion deal for Microsoft to purchase them.
Holy.
Yeah.
And also, in that way, the Minecraft maker is stepping aside himself, I believe. Isn't that what it's rumored to believe?
Yeah, it's believed to be rumored because Notch has always been so... he's been pretty anti-Microsoft for a while.
Okay.
Like, there's a reason that Minecraft doesn't work all too well on the Windows 8.
Vindictive reasons.
Yeah. He's got some reasons, but stuff that he might not necessarily talk about, of course. He just tries to keep himself distant from those big corporations. And now Microsoft has this interest in purchasing Minecraft for whatever reason. I guess just another market to get their hands onto, you know. I guess the question stands, what happens after they're acquired by Microsoft?
What Microsoft could do with it.
Exactly. What do you think they could do with Minecraft once they get their hands on it?
Are you guys Minecraft players?
No.
I've played Minecraft and I'm not a fan. I think it's really creative to the people who can like get into it, but personally I don't see exactly what Microsoft might be getting out of it. It's clearly a huge franchise and people love them creepers, but I can't picture. I can possibly see that they're trying to somewhat get into their creativeness through Minecraft, but I can't imagine what would be done.
Okay. I have two theories.
Okay.
The first one, which I feel is the most plausible, we're all familiar with Project Spark, right?
And nope.
Oh, yes.
I'm not. Quick filler, 30 seconds.
Okay, the long and short of it, Project Spark is Microsoft's development software for the Xbox One. They'll let indie developers create games. It'll come integrated with full Xbox Live support, so you can use their network to get the best online functionality for your independent titles, and it'll be distributed amongst the network. That's the long and short of it. It even comes bundled with all of the assets for Conker's Bad Fur Day, so if you want to recreate that game, you can totally do it in Project Spark. What if they wanted to take everything that's good of Minecraft and just kind of mesh it in with this big, well, whatever plan they have? They're really trying to capitalize on indie developers, and Microsoft feels providing a dev console just with stock price is a good idea.
So you believe that they would be able to use Minecraft as a platform for their own games? Is that what you're getting at, or what?
You could do Minecraft style game, or stuff like that. I don't know much about like the capabilities of Project Spark. Like they're pretty, the details are slim. But if Minecraft is picked up by Microsoft, I could see them implementing some of what is good with Minecraft in with that, and then just kind of scrap the rest of the dead weight.
Fair enough. Okay, it sounded momentarily like you were saying they were going to buy Minecraft so all their indie developer games can make things like Minecraft, and I'm like, how vindictive. This would be interesting to watch.
Well, there's indie games out there that already use Minecraft as like art inspiration, so it all still follows that same visual look. So, I mean, if you had the same core elements of Minecraft, you know, the creative side of it as well as the technical side, then maybe that can be a good recipe to work with. But
I don't know. It's interesting to see, considering, you know, Minecraft, the first console it was released for was the Xbox 360.
Oh.
And then just recently has come out for PlayStation 3 and now PS4 and Xbox One. Right? So, you know, now with that being said, I mean, the game sold 54 million so copies. Was the number 2 best-selling game in June. Number 3, it was in the best-selling game for July. Number 2, behind the PS3, Sony's The Last of Us.
Okay.
And then it was number 3 for June.
It is the highest sold application on the iOS. Well, really anything mobile. Minecraft is up there, number 1. They say 45% of its consumer base plays it on mobile platforms.
Yeah. And it's like the most downloaded paid app on Apple and Google devices.
So, I mean, with that being said, maybe this could be a strategy Microsoft wants to tackle in getting a mobile market.
Yeah, maybe they'll make a new Zoom.
Yeah.
A Zune. Yeah, we need a new Zune. We need a Zune watch. How about that?
A Zune phone.
Now, if it was a watch that played Minecraft, would that win the market for them against Apple?
Oh, it had to be a really big watch. I've played Minecraft, and that needs quite the landscape.
What if you could just like wave your hand in front, and that would just be like you
could
lifting the blocks in the game.
Exactly, yeah.
Turn the world around you into Minecraft, so you get people who like Minecraft could even look more awkward in the real world. That'd be awesome. That would be funny.
That's almost like when the Nintendo announced that whole be a Pokemon trainer.
Oh,
April Fool's thing, where you had to go around and find Pokemon.
I fully did that, so that was fun. I had a blast catching.
Did you get all 151?
No, because I was robbed. I was trying to buy a cheaper version of the iPhone 5C that day because I was being cheap, as I usually am, and I started playing on that, except my SIM card wouldn't work. However, by the time it took for me to return the phone, I had already caught like 100 Pokemon, but then I had to give it back to her. And when I logged on my new phone, they were all gone, and I couldn't continue. So I was close. I was close to achieving Pokemon trainer stardom, and it didn't happen. It was unfortunate. But if they pull a prank like that again, I would probably be down for it. I don't think it was really a prank, besides a really, really cool thing.
Marketing ploy.
Cool. It's the funniest thing that Google's done for a while.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I must admit, they did a very good job with that whole thing.
Yeah. So
I wonder if people who did get the 150 Pokemon were sent the business cards that said Master Trainer.
Somebody who knows a lot of people who did, I don't think so. I think they just all got emails or something.
Well, I mean, if
emails, yeah.
If you truly are the world's greatest Pokemon master, you would have had the Game Boy Color with the Game Boy printer, where it actually spits out an official, like, certified little slip of paper that merits you for that achievement. Like, it tells you all the Pokemon that you had in your Pokedex. Like, you are the Pokemon master. You have them all. I've seen that kind of stuff.
See, I didn't have a Game Boy, but I did have a Pokedex. So I did not get any trainer status. I was essentially Misty to my own life. The only person there to just identify the Pokemon and not do anything else.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, back to this Minecraft business. There is some rumors spreading, or theories rather, that Microsoft could be taking Minecraft to boost the sales of the Xbox console itself.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way they'd sell them.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
But would they instantly pull the kill switch on other platforms? Like,
of course they would.
No,
they'd have to.
I don't think they would. The world would hate them for it.
I don't think Microsoft cares what anyone else thinks.
Well,
it just came out on other platforms.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I do have a little bit of a grab off like CBC where they're saying 40% of players now participate in the game on a mobile device. So I guess they're saying that it's more likely just to like get that mobile space, like you were saying, rather than an attempt to force people to buy Xbox. So,
I mean, for the evolution of Minecraft at where it's at today, it would be stupid of Microsoft to just instantly cut that off and throw it away. I don't know.
I mean, like, if you think of it this way, everybody's trying to get more gaming real estate. Amazon bought Twitch. It's pretty much a Hail Mary of let's see how much of every big thing that we can all get.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think Xbox is scrambling. I think Microsoft is scrambling. They're pulling at the straws. They're realizing we messed up. PlayStation outperformed us, and now the Wii U is going to outperform us here real quick.
Mm-hmm. If there's any straw to grasp at, though, I'd say that Minecraft is a good one.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. I don't think it's a terrible move. It's smart for Microsoft to be considering it, but
and it's a lot of money. That's a lot of money to buy. Like I understand that it's important, but $2 billion is it?
Yeah, I hear it works out to $37 per user.
Jeez, that's like a lot. Like take $37 out of my pocket right now, and you're gonna get a talking to. So that's a lot of money.
Well, it might be a worthy investment.
Mm-hmm.
See where it goes from there. But yeah, I don't think they've closed the deal yet.
And yeah, there's also on the CBC thing that is letting me know a lot of other things that I can reiterate to you guys here.
Sure.
Minecraft has like a lot of like other revenues. Like there's movies and then there's the books and they have like the Lego. Like it franchises almost like I think I see Minecraft just paraphernalia everywhere.
Oh my God. What if Microsoft took Minecraft and spun it similar to what the Lego business is doing with their stuff?
That could be a thing. I feel like that's incredibly viable because it's a little bit more than just like Super Smash Bros. Or like somebody like plays Injustice. Like it's more than a game. It's kind of just like it's like a world. Yeah, it's a platform and it's a world within itself that have people with like Minecraft gears in all shapes and forms. So there's definitely money to be made, if not solely in the game, just by mass marketing the brand alone.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So, there you go. Minecraft Maker does its shit. Maybe Notch will give in. Maybe he won't. And maybe he won't even be part of it after that's happened. Maybe he'll close this chapter in his life and move on to do other things because there's other titles I hear Notch is developing, and well, maybe if it's not under the Mojang title, that's not really going to matter because he's recognized by the industry now.
Does Mojang do anything else memorable besides Minecraft?
I think they've Mojang was created specifically for Minecraft.
Okay.
maybe if I was Notch, I would just take the money and go do something
Take the
else.
money and run.
Well, you'd probably get bored of, how long has Minecraft been out for? Like 8 years at this point?
It's since originally released in PCs for 2009.
It could be something like what Bungie did with Halo. They were just tired of doing it, and it's like, here, you want
they
more
wanted
of
to be
this?
known
Okay.
for something else, yeah.
Yeah, it's like we want to develop on other platforms. We want to get out there. Like, they did their business with Microsoft. They wanted to move on. Notch has done his business with Minecraft. Maybe it's time for him to also consider moving on. I'm not saying he's got to push himself out or whatever, but like, this is his baby. It's grown into this huge thing now, and he can make a whole $2 billion off of it, and then, I don't know, retire or something. Like,
yeah, I feel like I don't know if it's necessarily retire rather than I've made my claim to fame. Let's see what else I can do.
Yeah.
I just need to correct you guys. Mojang has actually made 2 other games.
Really?
Scrolls.
Oh,
and
Scrolls. I've heard of Scrolls.
Cobalt.
I've heard of Scrolls before.
Scrolls was being sued by King Games because they wanted to copyright the name, just like with Candy Crush.
Candy Crush.
That whole thing, Candy Crush, and this was a while ago where the King Games was suing anything that had the word candy in it, trying to sue it for copyrights that it passed that they could copyright the name Candy.
Oh, you can't copyright Candy.
No.
That's not okay. What a dick move.
Yeah, and it caused a company to go out of business because of it.
Wow.
Because they have the Candy Crush saga. I'm trying to remember. King Games, Candy Crush, royalty.
Open up the window now? Open up a window?
Open up the window.
Oopsies. Oh, is that a thing that you guys do when you get hear feedback? You just echo it forever.
We're doing it now, so.
Uh-oh. Sorry. I have a friend that
okay.
came and visited me. She ran on a little errand and got me some silver hairspray for my Quicksilver cosplay.
Okay.
So, if anything, it's still somewhat console Xplosion related, so it's not big of a party foul. Sorry.
Awesome.
No worries. Okay, so I too looked up my own list of titles made by Mojang. And I'm only seeing 2, and neither of which are the 2 that you mentioned there, Kaz.
What are you talking about? I'm on Mojang's website.
Okay, well, I might have to look at that, because on Game Trailers, they have Prelude of the Chambered, which is a game Notch made in 48 hours, which is a basic dungeon crawler. And then they have another title, which I actually see no footage of. It's called Cobalt.
Yeah, Cobalt, Minecraft, and Scrolls. I am also on the website. I confirm, Kaz.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm going to go to their website.
Mojang.com. I don't think they make those games. I'm pretty sure they do. No, it says Mojang.com/games.
I don't believe you.
Somebody could have bought that domain just to mess with Mojang.
Yeah, the copyright. Yes, so here's what it is. It's Candy Crush Saga tries to crush the Banner Saga because they wanted to copyright the word saga as well.
Oh, come on.
Mm-hmm.
You can only be the biggest dick at a party without copywriting everything.
Well, I mean, if you're already developing games that are essentially slot machines for your cell phone, like, I mean, yeah, you're already a dick.
I have to admit, though, I had a Candy Crush problem. I did.
Well, the games are designed to be addictive.
I did. Like, it was a thing where, do you know that lull period of when you wake up in the morning but you can't really bring yourself to get out of bed? It'd be like, that's a great slot to play Candy Crush.
And then an hour passes and you're late.
And then you're just like, I'm late to everything. And or when God's like smites you and your phone falls on your face. So one or the other.
Already has Candy Crush playing. It's just like, you want it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the game sends signals when you're sleeping or something to your brain to just make you think of nothing but the game the entire time.
See, because here's the original one. Sorry for both the whole trademark thing. The original company that came out in 2010 was Candy Swipe.
Okay.
And then Candy Crush Saga came out in 2012, and they pretty much got the copyright trademark for the word candy, so Candy Swipe had to pull all its stuff. And essentially, the guy went out of business and lost everything.
Jeez.
But yeah, if you look at the differences between Candy Crush and Candy Saga, you look at it and you realize, wow, they are Candy Crush pretty much stole everything. I'll actually throw it in the
candy dicks.
I'll actually throw it in the chat there so you guys can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's actually
kind of evil.
Well, yeah, and that's why I don't play anything that's King Games anymore. I've deleted them all. I don't play them because of these underhanded things that they do.
Holy.
So, but yeah, they forced this guy out, and it was just a heated battle, and it's a shame that a company like King Games wants to be what they call a trademark whore. Trademark
exactly.
troll.
Trademark troll is a good word for it.
If anybody ever watches in Canada Dragon's Den, in the States their version is Shark Tank, UK it's Dragon's Den. Kevin O'Leary, that's what he likes to do. If someone's copyrights on infringes on a copyright or trademark, he wants to sue him. He's got a whole bunch of lawyers just to do that. It's easy money. You make money off someone else's work.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate myself for saying it, but I love Kevin O'Leary for the fact that he is so open with that line of business. Like, he doesn't give a fuck. He's like, yeah, I'm going to come after you because it's money.
Yep.
It's money makes people evil, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I agree. And when you're rich,
mm-hmm.
you do what you want. And people who say money doesn't buy you happiness, you just don't have enough money.
Exactly.
Buys you confidence, that's for sure.
For every pre-order game you have, a little bit of your soul dies. So
yeah,
that's how that works.
Speaking of pre-order games, you guys hear how much Destiny racked in?
I want to know. I wanted to know these numbers.
Please tell me.
Ready? Activision, the largest U.S. video game maker, and its highly anticipated title Destiny generated $500 million in revenue in its first day.
Holy!
Way to go, Bungie.
Yeah, I'd have to say that that's one thing that I'm genuinely proud of. I played my friend's beta version of Destiny, and it was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And I'm not that great of a third-person shooter, so if I was not crying by the end of it, then it's solid.
I have to get my hands on it next week. I didn't have enough money.
Aw.
Yeah, I even pre-ordered a little bit. I'm going to lose that bit of cash. But hey, Bungie, you can keep it. I'm going to drop full price tag on a new copy because I have to get my hands on this game. It looks so good.
It is. I've played the alpha and beta.
I briefly played beta, but shit gets in the way.
Both of them very exciting. So that almost leads them into right behind The Last of Us for all-time sold. Grand Theft Auto 5 being the top one, who's sold pretty much $2 billion worth of games. But then I just read somewhere that GT5 publishers may be merging with Destiny.
Wow. Like the publishers, as in like the people.
An Advanced Warfare publisher.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, I just read this. This is posted 13 hours ago.
Wow.
Interesting.
And I'll just post it. I just read it as I was talking.
I missed it, Kaz. Did you say that you have Destiny now, or are you also still waiting?
I haven't bought it. I mean, I've played the alpha and beta, and I played the shit out of those two. And
played the shit out of it.
As
yeah.
like I was telling Matt last week in the last podcast, I've played it. I played the same two parts over and over again. Ooh. I don't know if I want to do it again.
Fair enough.
I know it's a fun game, and I know it's great, but I'd go to these places where the people are leaps and bounds ahead of me, right? Like the bad guys are in like double digits to my level 4.
Fair enough.
Right? So, it's a good game. I'll probably buy it when it goes on sale. which be down the road.
It has some incredible marketing, actually, I have to say, in terms of like games this year. I think that Destiny has had some quite like that Google Maps thing where you could go through the Destiny world.
Yep.
That was incredibly beautiful.
And considering it was all Sony.
It was all Sony, yeah.
All Sony, Xbox, and Microsoft aren't allowed to promote Destiny.
Exactly.
So Microsoft promoted Destiny cologne or perfume.
Yeah. I did see that. That was funny.
You go there and it states that we're not allowed to promote the game Destiny, but we can promote the cologne.
Wow. Yeah. I did not know that, but that's clever. I think that as long as marketing is fun and not like it can be in my face, but as long as you're like self-aware that it's in my face and you're making a joke out of it, I'm full for it.
Yeah, no, totally agreed. I think they did a good job. The whole thing about marketing nowadays is a lot different. Like, I hate when you see things pop up like on Facebook that says, "Oh, top 10 burger joints," and then you read who it's sponsored by or who made it, and it's like Wendy's made this.
Yeah,
and it's like, fuck off.
I wonder who's number one. Oh, spoiler alert! It's Wendy's.
Exactly, and then they shit on everything else, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's like a new form of marketing, you know, get articles written for your businesses to help bring in clientele. That's just, it's been experimented now for over the last couple of years. They did something similar for like Orange is the New Black, just on a treatment of female
inmates.
Inmates, that's exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's even that you look at video game journalists. How many of them are paid off by developers to promote, to talk about their video games or to promote them in a good light?
Yeah.
A lot of them. Some of the top, like you look at Jeff Knightley, he's probably the worst one to sit in front of a camera, in front of a Doritos sign and Mountain Dew sign, drink Mountain Dew and talk about Halo.
Wow.
Yeah.
How much money can you take and not be biased towards it? Like, come on. See, game developers, if you want a real idea of your game, contact us and we'll tell you.
Oh yeah, let's plays. Especially if you want a noob who barely plays games, send it right over to me.
That could be fun to watch.
www.theconsoleexplosion.com. You can go to the contact us and we'd be happy to promote your product and tell you the real truth about your product, not the generated, you paid us $12 to say your game was good, we give it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, exactly. I've contemplated, should I ever get a console myself, to start a Twitch stream of seeing how playable your game is for noobs. And if they could just send me Aussie games, I can show how dummies can play it too.
While you're flashing your iPhone. You gotta demonstrate that.
Yeah. Exactly.
Unless you want to give us a 6-digit number, then we'll be happy to say your game is perfect.
Exactly.
Best game I ever played. Pong is the new game of the future.
And then we can buy our own gold and like, was it gold only? Gold PS4s,
gold Xbox One and gold PlayStation 4.
I think a 6-digit endorsement could help us all get one of those.
Yes, we'd be blinging.
We'd be blinging.
Like, what would you do with that?
What would we do?
I'd put it in a case. I wouldn't even play it.
No,
put it in a bank.
I say it again. The gold for the rappers to play their 2K14/15 on. That's all it's for. It's for them ballers to play Far Cry 4.
You heard it here. You heard it here, straight from her mouth.
That is
stereotype.
Exactly. I'm saying, hey, I know during one of those Conan O'Brien Noob Gamings wasn't it told that that J. Cole was a big gamer? I'm pretty sure J. Cole would be the one to hook up a gold Xbox. Was it? Is it for both of the consoles?
Yeah, Xbox and PS4.
Yeah, he definitely probably had one of those. I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, if you can have rims on rims on rims. If anything, I would rather have gold consoles than gold-plated rims.
But if I'm going to get a gold console, I might as well have it completely gold.
Exactly. Not gold-plated, because you're way better than that, Matt.
Well, thank you.
Yes, because you know that wouldn't overheat, and the fact of how heavy that would be if it was all gold and not gold plated.
My goodness. No, it should be all gold. Even the fixtures inside.
Yeah.
Made of gold.
Well, gold is super conductible. If anything, it would make it work better.
Really? I was thinking at the end of the day, I just want this to like all not work.
Oh.
I want somebody to put in all the money and realize it's like the shittiest piece of machine ever.
Well, in theory, it should work.
In theory. I'm pretty sure in theory is how that thing was created. Now that they've realized that they've made 80 and sold one, then they're like, the theory wasn't really that good, guys. We should have rethought the theory.
Yeah, I mean, it's an Italian jeweler who made it.
Exactly.
Of course it is.
So,
it's not even Sony or Microsoft.
An Italian jeweler unveiled this at a gaming convention in the Middle East.
Yes.
Oh, of course it's the Middle East. I'm not being prejudiced. I was in Dubai for 4 years, so this is all experience.
Everything's gold down there, right?
Hey, their cop cars are Lamborghinis. So
wow.
Definitely bound to
luxury.
The land of luxury.
Yeah.
Land of luxury. Holy.
I don't need that. I don't need any gold in my consoles. Don't give me that.
Nope.
Unless it's a gold version of a game.
Well, if I'm going to win it in a contest, sure, I'll take it. But I'm not dropping, what was it, 13,000 they wanted for these things?
13,600. Or if you're in Italy, or was it the Middle East, it was $500,000.
Oh my gosh, $500,000. So
whatever they...
So essentially, instead of buying Minecraft, you can just buy 4 of those.
Or yeah, you hearing that, Microsoft?
No, it's not $1 billion. Just buy like 400 of those or something. And you're good. Exactly.
But you know what? Hands down, it does look like a sleek machine. It looks really cool. But I'd rather get the things where you can make your PlayStation look like an old Nintendo.
Oh, like an NES.
Yeah.
You can get like skin stickers that you can throw on your consoles.
Fair enough. Yeah, again, nice. I would just like a console, guys. If anybody, if Sony is listening, PS4, I won't put skins on it at all. I'll perceive its black sleekness.
It is already a beautiful console. I don't think you need to do much with it.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's a lot better than an Xbox One, I'll tell you that.
My friend puts all his money into games and got the Xbox One and the PS4, and the PS4 was amazing. But we tried using the Xbox One, and I think it was a solid 20 minutes of Xbox on, Xbox on, Xbox on. It's just, I can only say on in so many accents without it getting redundant. But,
see, that's why, if you ever seen the troll video where the guy changes his name in Black Ops to Xbox off?
Oh, I have seen this.
And then he team kills his own people, and then they start yelling at him and go, Xbox off! And they go, no, and it turns off their machine.
Oh, that's funny.
There should be an override on the software to not let that happen.
Not let trolls. Or was
that's
it...
amazing. Like, that's funny as hell.
There was also a video of a guy trying to order a pizza through a Kinect and would keep getting the wrong pizza.
What?
There was like a video of somebody trying to do Xbox, like order a pizza off Xbox Connect, and he would essentially wave his hand to just kind of pick his toppings and drag it on. And it's just like 30 minutes of him like constantly fucking up the order and it constantly going through and having to deal with the pizza guy, delivery man. It's like, this is the wrong order. It's funny.
Well, I don't see that sort of thing surviving for all too long.
No.
Just go back to the fun little Domino's pizza making game, and then you can...
Yeah, oh my goodness.
All that kind of stuff. They have those on your touchscreen devices. You just do that, and then apparently the software also doubles as a recruitment application, so they can redirect you to their job site, and you can apply for a job because it thinks everybody's a pizza maker. So
nice. Deep down, we all want to be pizza delivery men. # deep.
All right. Okay. let's talk about Will Ferrell.
Oh, yes.
One of the funniest men alive, I would say.
Some of the best well, some would even argue he's some of the best comedic actors out there, too. Mr. Will Ferrell here has a excellent idea for a charity. Can you reiterate for us, Jared? Because I'm trying to read through the page right now.
Of course.
Yeah.
All right. So everybody, Will Ferrell wants to do a SuperMegaBlastMax charity gaming extravaganza. That's a mouthful. And it'll be taking place in San Francisco on October 26th. All you need to do is donate a minimum of $10 to the Indiegogo campaign. As long as the campaign raises at least $375,000, Will Ferrell will stream a gaming event on Twitch that 2 lucky donators will be able to attend, all expenses paid. Winners will also get a chance to tour Twitch offices, meet special guests, including professional gamers, take some photographs with Will Ferrell himself, and of course play video games with him live on Twitch. Now all proceeds of the campaign will go to donate games and Cancer for College.
Cancer for College, yep. Oh my goodness.
Wow, there's already a few of these packs sold out.
Quite philanthropic of you, Will Ferrell.
Mm-hmm.
Who knew he was a claw?
Some of the perks that you get for donating here is pretty cool. Just to name some of the high stuff, if you have $5,000 in your pocket, you can fund a college scholarship.
Oh.
Gets you the SuperMegaBlastMax hoodie, SuperMegaBlastMax t-shirt, as well as the UV sunscreen and a $5 Amazon credit, plus 5 entries into the sweepstakes. What
do you think the Will Ferrell gamer sunscreen is? Just him splooshing in the bottle?
Well, it's got his mouth on it, like that face that he makes. They have like an image that's attached to this thing, and it's just his face kind of being like, oh,
the UV Blast Max.
UV Blast Max. Here, I'm going to share the link with you guys so we're on the Indiegogo page. Boom.
I'm on the IGN page, but sure.
Oh, go to Indiegogo, check it out. We already got a couple packs that are sold out. People already bought the cowbell.
Oh.
Need more cowbell.
Yeah. That seems to be the best thing that Will Ferrell keeps coming back with, is the cowbell sort of thing. That's probably his best SNL skit, just to keep note. More cowbell? That's probably his best one.
I would have to say the gamer's sunscreen is brilliant. Oh, the autographed Xbox controller is gone.
Yeah.
I would have to say, out of the SNL things, I'm a huge fan of the Night at the Roxbury routines.
Yeah.
I love it when they put in Jim Carrey with the 3 of them. Comedic gold.
Jim Carrey was in some of those? I gotta watch these.
Yeah. They're great.
I gotta watch like
the 3 of them. It was good.
SNL.
It was great.
Mm-hmm.
I think when Will Ferrell, Chris Kattan, Molly Shannon, I think that group was probably the best SNL group.
Ooh.
I'm not a fan of the newer people. I mean, Andy Samberg and...
he's gone.
He's gone.
Well, okay, his group, when he brought in all his friends off his website, they all went over there and did the exact same stuff on their website on SNL.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. And then...
Look where it took him.
Exactly.
He was already doing it.
I'm a little bit of
already famous.
I like Lonely Island.
I do. I actually do too.
Yeah. If it wasn't for SNL, I would have never heard of them. Well, that could be disputed, I guess. No, but there's no doubt that SNL made them more available to a much broader audience than what they were getting through just a little lousy website, you know?
And plus, SNL is essentially a satirical skit comedy show for the times, and I think Andy Samberg and his people knew how to deal with current events pretty well.
The digital shorts brought a lot of good stuff out.
The digital shorts were brilliant. They were almost my favorite part. I guess I would have to say the older people were better at the sketch comedy part, like back when Tina Fey and Amy Poehler and everybody were still on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the SNL shorts are quite gems.
Mm-hmm. So for $1,500 US, you could get a video message from Will. which is decent, I guess. I guess you get all the other perks above that, including the hoodie, t-shirt, sunscreen, and Amazon credits, plus 5 entries into sweepstake. But
The hoodie looks sweet, by the way.
I want it.
The hoodie looks impressive.
No, he's got some good things going on here. I think he can do it.
You think so?
I totally think. I feel like isn't there like Kickstarters for like, I don't know, like a tuna salad or something ridiculous. Like I feel like if anything, this is like a noble cause where you get to see Will Ferrell game. So
yeah. If there's anyone out there that can bring in that kind of money, it's going to be Will Ferrell. If it's like you want to see me play video games and make an ass of myself, plus 2 of you can join me, like come on.
Exactly. I think it would be brilliant.
Jump on that.
Yeah. And plus it'll bring a lot of people to like the Twitch world, I guess, because it's essentially the people knowing Will Ferrell's more acting career and going into this gaming universe.
Mm-hmm.
And plus it wasn't like the whole concept or the idea behind Amazon buying Twitch is that they can make it almost a YouTube competitive platform where things beyond gaming could be recorded, like live streaming weddings or something along those lines.
Because that's what I want to do. Is I want to watch someone get married.
Totally. Well,
what if it's in a game?
Oh, it's all a game. God. Marriage is a game, Matt. Marriage is a game.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Marriage is the Matrix.
But like people have been proposed through video games. What if they just go the extra level and just
Plus
do it in a video game?
Yeah, it might not seem appealing to us younger bucks, but think of like the old lady in like Wisconsin, unable got hip surgery, can't fly out to see her kid's wedding. She's just like, well, I heard there's this thing called the Twitcher, and I can just hop on there and see little Amy get married.
Or use Skype.
Yeah.
I feel like could you just Skype that? I don't know.
If we were to hit video, would you be able to see us?
Oh, fair enough.
We would still have to stream it in some way.
You had a laptop that had a camera on it. Would you not be able to see where I point it?
Fair enough.
Yeah,
I guess it's the equivalent of a Google Hangout.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I mean, you still can't like physically like when it comes to the kiss to close it all up. Like
it's essentially who can do the live streaming the best, right?
Yeah.
And I would not argue that Skype is one of those people. As you can see, I have a lot of technical difficulties with Skype myself. So.
Well, that wasn't the hard part. It was getting the Hangouts and everything working out.
The Hangouts and everything.
Yeah.
Well, Google makes everything so goddamn confusing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's all that bad.
Hate it. Took forever.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I still have no idea what it is that I did to even get into this chat. So maybe I'll eventually pick it up myself.
So could we start seeing this gamer challenge spur off like a new trend for the internet? Sort of like what the Ice Bucket Challenge did, except here we're actually going to do some fun shit where you can all give me your money instead of me donating. If there was other celebrities out there that could pull this sort of thing off, who do you think would be perfect for this kind of role?
I feel
Sean Connery playing
Sean Connery,
playing the 007 game of himself.
Okay. But that's already happened.
Nathan Fillion playing Uncharted, because he's the only person I want to see play Drake in a movie.
Okay.
That should happen.
I would love to see Bill Murray play video games.
Bill Murray playing video games would be good. I think comedians that Tom Hanks playing video games is being suggested to me.
Okay.
I think it's the comedic lovable celebrities that embrace their nerd culture themselves, or just like the level like Chris Pratt doing anything would be great.
Yeah, no, I'm totally with you on that. If Chris Pratt wanted to start playing games, why not? I'd watch it.
Exactly.
Star-Lord.
What I'd like to see is if they did a revamp of the 007 game from the Nintendo 64 and had Pierce Brosnan versus Daniel Craig.
Ooh.
In a 007 face-off.
Wait, this happened, or is this your idea?
It's my idea.
This should happen. This needs to be a reality.
people would pay to watch that.
But I feel like Sean Connery should still be able to play. I feel like it needs to be a 4-player game.
Then you put in Timothy Dalton and Roger Moore.
Exactly.
You get all the Bonds, and then you put them in a bracket.
All of them.
There's 6 of them.
That would be brilliant, indeed. Yeah, I'm trying to think of other people I would like to play. I'm trying to think of girls. I think Jennifer Lawrence would also be endearing playing anything. Who else? Felicia Day games in herself, right?
Yep.
I believe.
Felicia Day, yeah, she does.
Felicia Day. The lady, the girl Will Wheaton, essentially. Will Wheaton games. So if he has a Twitch, I would love to know about it.
I think he does, doesn't he? Or he has
I feel like he should.
Seems like everybody's got something these days.
Right? Exactly. Yeah. I feel like if they're Twitch playing Pokemon, then like Fish playing Pokemon, I should say, on Twitch. Then
Fish on Twitch playing Pokemon.
Fish on Twitch playing Pokemon. This is like Fish on a Stick earlier, where I cannot get through saying all of it. But yeah, I feel like I support any philanthropic endeavor that is both fun and beneficial to mankind in a way. Mm-hmm. So I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Will Ferrell /Elf /Ron Burgundy / all these things.
Ricky Bobby
/ Ricky Bobby.
What games would you want to see him play?
I want to see him play Deadliest Catch, like Octodad.
Yeah.
But I want him to do it with, like, who should he do it with? Paul Rudd. He should do it with Paul Rudd.
Ooh.
Because
that'd be a good cast. That
would be hilarious because it's essentially a joint game thing where they both have to like control the legs and the movements. I think the commentary on that alone would be the best thing ever. And it's not that big of a game. Mm-hmm. So it'd be something that they could bring people in.
I would like to see them play maybe something a little more indie, like Speedrunners.
Ooh. Yeah. Oh, I remember Speedrunners, yeah.
Or even Mount Your Friends. Like I've recently.
Mount Your Friends. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
The physics in that game blow my mind.
Recently played them over the last month, and by far some of the best multiplayer games I have played in a very long time.
And you can catch those plays on the co-op couch.
Yeah, that's my thing. We got to plug that thing. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. You got to plug it. Your video was just released not long ago.
No, just put out actually.
Nice.
Yep, and I watched it. It was very well done. One of the best games, Mount Your Friends. That's a great game.
Mount Your Friends, I feel like, would have the best commentary alone. Just games that you can laugh at are the best things. And comedians, when they're given ridiculous situations, like the crazy stuff that happens in games that people who play games have sort of become numb to. That's why I loved Conan O'Brien's games, because he admitted like he's not a gamer, and the tiny things that he noticed, like how Kirby like tries to clap but can't really clap for like the people when he loses, is just brilliant.
Yeah,
it's things that we don't really notice because we play all the time.
Yeah, the inexperienced gamer.
Exactly, which is why if I ever get a console myself, I feel like that might be fun. It's a future plug, possibly.
Maybe we can work something out with that.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Maybe. Right now, I'm going to just stick to bumming games off my friends.
Well, I guess that does it for Sir Ferrell's Gamer Challenge.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Which is amazing. I think everyone who's listening should look at donating because it goes to a great cause. I mean, this is something that will go to where it needs to go and not into the pockets of people you don't know, for sure. Not
to mention that the biggest thing that you can contribute is a fund a college scholarship. And as somebody in college and completely poor, as I think I've said for the 8th time tonight, it's definitely an incredible thing to do, because who can associate with games and college more than students being broke because they keep paying for games? So I think it's definitely a worthy cause.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
unless they're hippies.
Unless they're totally hippies, then screw it.
I'm just gonna sit here in the grass and play my guitar and think about the fact that I'm taking English as a major.
Ouch! Ouch! The other day, a friend of mine posted a status saying, instead of asking people, "Hi, how are you?" I'm gonna ask, "What is the best part of your day?" And I don't know if there's a cynical in me that kind of just like instantly gagged. Just saying like that's a little too new agey. I refuse. But yeah, so as long as the money's not going to hippies, donate to the cause.
Yeah, support the cause. Do it.
Yep.
It's worthy. It's perfect.
Mm-hmm. And the link will be in the description.
Yeah, it definitely will be this time, for sure. I'll make a point of that. I'm gonna actually bookmark this now to make sure that it's there for later. That's a promise, people. It'll be in the description. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I think we've exhausted our main order of business.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Is there anything else that you guys wanted to maybe discuss or go over? Is there something you wanted to bring to the table?
One quick thing. There's something I really wanted to talk about. In Canada, we have this great company called Lay's Potato Chips. I know it's in the States.
I've never heard of it.
But in Canada, they love to just test us. And they've tested us with chip-flavored bacon poutine, cinnamon bun, jalapeno mac and cheese. I just like saying jalapeno that way. Jalapeno mac and cheese. And tzatziki. Potato chips. What are your guys' thoughts on this?
I've seen people screenshot that everywhere, and I have yet to try any of them. However, I feel like jalapeno mac and cheese sounds delicious.
Yeah, and the tzatziki I think would be pretty good, almost like a dill pickle sort of deal. But I have heard.
I've reservations.
I want to try it for
cinnamon
myself.
Buns.
Yeah, I want to try it for myself, but I hear like the cinnamon bun is probably the one flavor you should avoid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Yeah, I can see why that would be. As for the bacon wrapped bacon, I don't eat pork, so I'll let you guys be the verdict on that.
Well, it's not. Oh yeah.
See, last year I tried all the ones last year, and those ones were the creamy garlic Caesar, the grilled cheese and ketchup, maple mousse, and pierogi platter pierogies.
Now I do remember the pierogi and the mousse.
Yeah, I've had the pierogies. Is this an annual thing?
What's that?
Is this an annual thing?
Yeah, and 2002 they had sriracha, cheesy garlic bread, and chicken and waffles.
Oh, okay, I definitely remember
That's when they started it, and that was in 2012. And then in 2013 they did the garlic or the Caesar salad, grilled cheese, maple mousse, and pierogi platter. I was just wondering what everyone was thinking about the new flavors.
Okay.
And would you try them?
I'll definitely give them a try. I mean, I'm a fatty, so I'm going to do it anyways.
I feel like I'd give the jalapeno mac and cheese. That just seems kind of like a logical thing. Like it'd be spicy but a little cheesy.
And it's wavy too, like the crunchier chips. Yeah. The tzatziki is kettle cooked, which are now my new favorite style of chips. So.
Fair enough.
I like those.
I feel like I've slightly been desensitized to chip flavors because I spent a year in China and there's absolutely no way the flavors of chips can get as weird as what I saw there.
Oh yeah.
There's like cucumber and chocolate and and these are actually like Lay's brand. So I feel like they test it overseas first and they say, which ones will the Westerners most enjoy?
Oh yeah, no, they completely do that. When I was over in Japan, they were testing lime and tea flavored Pepsi.
And
then a couple years later, they brought it over here. No, this was like Pepsi and Coke. They test everything in Japan, and then if it does good there, they bring it over.
Yeah. So yeah, not the craziest thing I've heard on chips for sure.
So what I've been reading here, these finals. These 4 flavors, they're the finalists in, I guess, what was a public vote that I completely missed. They're all recipes made locally in Canada.
Yes.
Oh.
They actually have the names of who came up with it and where it came from. I think the grilled cheese, or not the grilled cheese, well,
here, I got them right here.
Okay,
the bacon poutine is being made by a man, goes by the name of, I'm trying to play it out in my head before I read it out. It's French. Guillaume Lorraine, and the whole town is Trois-Rivières, whatever, Quebec. I'm hoping
You
I'm
don't need
saying
to
it
get
okay. I
You
don't
don't
want
need
to
to get
kill it.
anything right in out of Quebec.
Trois Rivières, the Three Rivers. Is that what that stands for? Then Gloria Mellison, who's responsible for cinnamon bun flavor from London, Ontario. They even give us a little blurb like where they got inspiration from, but
I don't.
whatever. You made a good
Yeah.
tasting chip.
Hopefully.
Randall Littman in Calgary, Alberta, made the jalapeno mac and cheese. And
Cowtown.
Denise Vella from Cambridge, Ontario, is responsible for the tzatziki chip.
Okay. A
So
lot of
there you go.
Ontario foodies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because if you ask anyone from BC, they'll be like, "What's your favorite chip flavor?" They'll be like, chip."
That's true. Fair enough. I didn't know for like until this like last past year that ketchup chips was a Canadian thing.
Yes.
Like
Oh,
I didn't
really?
know that. I didn't until like I heard of like American YouTubers coming to Vancouver and being like, "Oh my gosh, ketchup chips are amazing," and being like, "Oh, that's not a thing like that you guys have."
It's been so common for us.
It's so common. But
And
yeah.
yeah,
I feel like the
no,
bacon poutine shouldn't win. Bacon poutine seems a little too logical. Like it doesn't seem creative. I like the jalapeno mac and cheese. I might give the cinnamon bun a chance, but and tzatziki. But I feel like if you win with bacon poutine, bro, like that's a cheat win. That's a cheat
How
code.
much more Canadian can you be, though?
That's a cheat code to win that competition.
I would have came up with pulled pork chip.
Oh, that's not a thing.
Why couldn't it have just been maple bacon poutine? That would have been the most Canadian thing.
That would have been a lot more patriotic. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
You would be a traitor not to vote for that.
That's when it's accepted.
That's when it's accepted.
Yeah,
all right.
No, totally agree. So, well, that's everything I bring to the table. Who's next?
I can't think of much else. I'm super excited for the Saskatoon Comic Entertainment Expo. So if anybody is going to be watching the YouTube videos coming the week after next, get ready to see some very entertaining cosplay and much other geek and nerddom related things. It's the first Saskatoon's having, so I'm so proud and excited for it.
Oh, this is the first ever?
This is the first ever.
Holy. You guys have a far better cast of people coming out.
I was so surprised for the first one. We have Brandon Routh coming. We have Phil Lamar from Futurama. We have Stephen Ewan. We have Lindsay Elise for cosplay. I should be pulling up the website, but apparently I like doing this off memory. Who else do we got coming?
They just announced that you guys have Tyler Mane.
Oh, X-Men.
Sabretooth from X-Men, and
yes.
Michael Myers from the Halloween Rob Zombie movies.
Yeah, we have Robert Englund.
Freddy Krueger himself.
Freddy Krueger is coming. I'm so excited for that. We have Lance Henriksen. We have
Aliens. Pumpkinhead.
Exactly. Oh. I have a friend of mine who says that if I get to interview Lance Henriksen and he isn't there, he will like body tackle me or something. And who else is coming? Do you got the list up from? I can check.
You have Nana Visitor.
Yes, from Star Trek, I believe.
And then probably another one of the biggest names ever, Starburns.
Starburns from Community, whose name I can never pronounce. Dino. Yeah. Starburns from Community. I would have to say I'm a huge Community fan, and I'm really surprised that we're getting quite a lot of talent for a first year out.
Yes, and then you also have the animators from Reboot.
Exactly. We have Reboot animators that are incredible. We have like digital specialists, I think, that did the I can't remember his name, but he did Captain America Winter Soldier, and he also did Divergent, which I guess is like the latest that he did. He does the Once Upon a Time TV show that I watch. So many cool people.
Oh my god, you got to ask the Reboot animators about the movies that they're going to be supposedly making.
Is there officially going to be a reboot? Is that a thing?
I've been reading articles, not recently because it was more of last year's news, kind of more fall time, but I heard the talk was to bring back the TV show, but then they decided maybe we'll instead do films, maybe like one or two movies.
I think I think I like the idea of a TV show.
Well, I would like to see it be brought back into TV form. That's for sure.
I think so too, because it was solid as it. Like, if I was not afraid of my skin permanently staying green, I would totally have done a Dot cosplay. But it's definitely exciting. Yeah. There's a lot of people. Artist Alley, I believe, is sold out already. It's incredible.
Yes, the Artist Alley is sold out. You know, you guys have some great exhibitors coming as well. So you have some great memorabilia, video game stuff. So those are going to. If anyone from Saskatoon who has not been to one of these expos, you have no idea what you're missing. I've been to the Calgary Comic Expo, which is huge. It's big, keeps growing, keeps getting better, and it's great. Now that they've gone to Edmonton, this will be Matt is covering our Edmonton Expo.
And it's my first.
Is it yours first too? Mm-hmm. Nice.
So, and then you're covering the Saskatoon one. Yeah. So, yeah, you guys got some good names, especially for your very first one. And I really hope it does really well. So, if people who are listening, if you haven't got your tickets for the Saskatoon Expo or even the Edmonton Expo, pick up those tickets today.
Pick them up.
Because the more you purchase these tickets and the more that you show the interest, next year will just get bigger and better. Believe me, we went from the Calgary Expo having 150,000 people to having 4 million through the doors, right? Like, It was ridiculous. Or I mean, not 4 million, 400,000 through the doors. The next year, they had the first Star Trek Next Generation's reunion of all the people. First time ever since the show canceled, all in one room, and that was exclusive to the Calgary Expo.
Wow.
They had all the major players last year from Aliens 2. Sigourney Weaver, Lance Henriksen, Hicks, Hudson, Newt, you name it, Paul Reiser. Like, amazing. They were all there. And that's just... You don't get that anywhere else. You have the bigger attractions, which is the Vancouver Fan Expo, the Toronto Fan Expo. They're big, but they're very corporate. Very corporate compared to these ones, which are about what it is, and that's you, the fans. These are really for the fans, I have to admit. And
it is, yeah.
When you go there and you speak to the exhibitors, when you go there and you go to talk to the artists, you see some artists who are struggling, and you see some really famous artists, right? And it's just amazing for what you see, and then the love that goes into it, the cosplayers.
The fandemonium is insane.
Oh, it's amazing. Calgary, they kick off. I don't know if they're doing this in Edmonton or Saskatoon, but if they are, I'd really love you guys to get some footage of it if possible, still pictures or anything. Calgary does a comic expo geek parade.
Oh, a geek parade.
They started downtown and they go all the way around downtown right to the Olympic Plaza to kick off the whole celebration. So everyone who's part of it gets to be a part of this big parade. They get cosplayers, music. Amazing. The mayor Nenshi from Calgary was part of it. It's amazing. And it's just that type of heart that goes into such a, what was a small event to being as big as it is now. Next year is just going to get bigger.
Exactly. And I think that every time I tell somebody about the Saskatoon Comic and Entertainment Expo, they get super, super excited because they didn't think that they just assumed that all the crazy nerd pandemonium is reserved to like either sides of the coasts, as opposed to all of us stuck in the Middlelands. And
yes,
I think a lot of people are really excited for it.
And I'm excited to have the console Xplosion at these two events. Yeah. I think it's a great a great thing for everybody. You know, you're going to see if you can't get there, don't worry. We're going to bring you all the content on our YouTube page and on our website, www.theconsoleexplosion.com. You're going to be able to see it. We're also going to have both of you guys and hopefully the other people who are part of it to talk about their experiences. And yeah, it's just going to be something that's big. You know, it's going to be fun. If you can't be there live,
subscribe
tune into
now.
us.
Subscribe now to the channel. And that way you don't have to remember about subscribing later.
Do it now.
Do it now.
So yeah.
Well, that's
my piece. That's all I had to say. And you get to see me in Quicksilver gender bend cosplay, which I'm super excited for. I'm doing Days of Future Past Quicksilver.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm excited.
I haven't even seen that movie yet.
It's so good.
Really?
Quicksilver was the best part of that movie, and I feel like
he had the best moment.
He had the best moment.
See, I had a very small role in X-Men 2. It was filmed in Victoria, and I'm in the Frozen scene when they're in the museum. Wow.
Wow. Well, our camera lady Nicole Hall, who will be there, has decided to also go as a Scarlet Witch. So we've coordinated on the cosplay. So.
Fuck, I'm jealous of you guys. I should do this with Elliot and Brody.
You should. You should. We have Quicksilver, we have Scarlet Witch, and on the next day I'm doing Jane Cobb from Firefly.
Wow.
So, I know. Cunning, ain't
it? Interesting.
It'll be fun, and I cannot wait, because my cosplay was essentially what is the cheapest yet coolest to do, but I'm going to see a lot of people who put in the big bucks for their costumes, and I'm going to make sure that they get their 15 minutes of fame.
There you go.
For sure.
That's what it's all about. The people who put the heart into those costumes deserve for them to be seen. You know, that's what it's all about. But one thing I don't understand is what's that whole cosplay where they release a thing where it says kids consent cosplay. It's not without consent or something.
Cosplay not what?
Oh, it was that whole. This was before the Calgary Expo, so I do apologize.
Could it be just how provocative some people can look when they're dressing in costume?
As in no Mortal Kombat chicks?
Sure.
Something like that.
Cosplay, it was cosplay's not consent. Costumes are not consent. Feeling harassed. Alright, so that's what it was all about, was the zero tolerance for harassment.
Okay, so they can wear what they want, but they just can't be harassed for doing that.
Okay. See, when they were putting out all these, costumes are not consent things, they never really explained it.
No.
Right? They never really explained. I thought it was cosplay is not consent. So if we're wearing a costume, not allowed to take your pictures, not allowed to do this, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, no, confusing.
That would be terrible. That would ruin a very good Comic-Con alone.
That's what I thought it was. So,
no,
because all they had was just cosplay's not consent, usually with a hand with a circle around it, right? That was it. So it's like, well, what's this?
Yeah. No, that would be crappy, because I think there was something in the news about in Dubai they started having like Comic-Con equivalents there, and they were talking about, because Dubai is in the Middle East and essentially a more conservative country, but not all cosplay is deemed conservative in the eyes of everybody. So I would not think that Saskatoon or Edmonton would be of the list of people who kind of pigeonhole what people could wear.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, cosplay is allowed to look hot. People can succumb to that. Guy or girl, if your cosplay happens to be of a hot character, then power to you.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I concur.
And with that being said, I think that will wrap up this week for the Console Explosion podcast. Unless anyone has anyone else to throw in.
I got one more thing.
Oh, sure.
I do. Nice positive note we could probably leave off on. Have you guys heard that Bill Murray wants to do an all-female Ghostbusters reboot?
No.
Yes. And Kristen Wiig said she'd love to do it.
He's already started making casting suggestions. Kristen Wiig being one of them, of course.
Kristen Wiig being in an all-female recast of Ghostbusters.
I see Linda Cardellini and Emma Stone's name also being thrown around.
Emma Stone would be good in it.
Mm-hmm.
And Bill Murray is doing all of this.
Well, he seems to be initiating it. Ghostbusters is hitting their 30th year anniversary. And
yes.
He just started talking about it, and it's now brought in enthusiasts, supporters, and vehement detractors. Everybody is just going on.
I think that would
on
be
board
adorable.
For this sort of thing.
I think that would be
Mm-hmm.
adorable. Absolutely.
And then the one person that he actually worked with in his new movie, St. Vincent, that he'd love to have it in there would be Melissa McCarthy.
Oh, Melissa McCarthy. So would they all just be playing chick versions of the original, or would it if it's a reboot? I guess they'd each be their own entities.
Yeah, it wouldn't be anything like what I think they're doing with Ghostbusters 3 is passing it on to a new generation,
okay,
old Ghostbusters, new young ones. I think that's the premise for this one. But Bill Murray's not in that one. He'd rather I guess run with a new original idea. So even if it doesn't have to be the same original story. Just reboot it. Give us an all-female Ghostbusters team, still fighting paranormal forces, and all kinds of fun gags can come out of it. Of course.
I think it could be brilliant. I love Kristen Wiig. I feel like she can do no wrong. If you want to throw Amy Poehler in there, or just more funny women. I think that would work great. Amy Poehler would be good.
Mm.
Who else?
So many good ones.
So many options.
Because the other people they're talking about was actually Amy Poehler, Tina Fey.
See, Tina Fey, of course, yeah.
What's that fat chick from Mike and Molly?
Melissa McCarthy.
Oh, I'm sorry. My mistake. I'm sorry.
No, is that her?
Yeah, that is her.
Oh.
Gosh, what would you guys do without a chick on the podcast?
Get names wrong.
Get names wrong.
Be a very biased podcast.
What's the name of that chick in that chicky thing?
I don't know. What's her name?
That girl, the one with the hair.
Well, we actually had to scrap one of our stories because you were on this podcast, so I'll save that for next week.
Oh, now I have to listen to next week's podcast. Can I call in?
Yeah, it was about a stupid video game that comes with a boob attachment.
A boob attachment?
Well,
yep. Tune in next week.
Is that a teaser?
Yep. It's just the quote-unquote tip of the iceberg.
Oh, okay. More and
virtual reality is going to be beautiful in the next year. It's going to be excellent.
That's what Oculus Rift is for, right? Just so that you could feel like you're touching real boobs. Isn't that the idea? Isn't that the only reason why they made it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Fair enough.
Yeah, why do you need to talk to people anymore?
No, not at all. You can just be in your room on Twitch grasping fake boobies.
Exactly.
Anyways, but yeah, that sounds amazing. I'm fully supportive of that.
Of the virtual boobies?
Of the virtual boobies and of the Ghostbusters reboot.
I just think they should just reboot it and just not even have to do an original reimagining of the original Ghostbusters. You do Ghostbusters 3, then you do another swerve of an all-female cast gets hired in a different city type thing.
So kind of like
the torches.
Thing.
Exactly. You pass the torches to the new guys, and then they then hire as in the video game. If you guys ever played the video game, at the end of the video game, they talk about, we should really start franchising.
Yeah, because it's their own voices, right? It's all the Harold Ramis, Bill Murray, and everybody is still they lend their voices to that.
Yeah, and at the end of the game, they're like, because you play their new recruit who's being trained to take over in a new city, and they're like, oh, we're going to start franchising in Dallas and LA, and they're naming off all these different cities. So
yeah, there could be an all-girl. Logically, that like statistically, that would make sense. An all-girl.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And then they make their versions of their movies and their own. I mean, you think about it. If CSI can do CSI,
yeah, Miami,
CSI, CSI New York, CSI Miami, CSI Delaware, CSI Online, CSI Little House on the Prairies, then they can do multiple Ghostbusters.
And this is for a movie, right? Like not a show.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I think that would be an awesome franchise to do, and I think the women that they have in mind are great options. As long as Megan Fox is not in the list, I'm happy with anything, to be honest. That's just my rule.
Couple other actresses I'd like to see somehow cast into this, just to throw out a couple ideas. Jane Lynch, I think, would be a good addition.
Jane Lynch would. I don't know if I want to see her as one of the Ghostbusters, though. I feel like she'd be a good villain.
Like maybe a villain, or like even one of like the secretary lady or something.
Fair enough. Yeah.
The Dick City person.
I want her to be.
Maybe a cop.
I want her to be like the evil librarian ghost. Like I want her to be that equivalent.
I see. There you go.
Okay. Yeah.
Kristen Schaal. You've seen her in Flight of the Conchords. She has a comedy special coming up.
Felicia Day.
Felicia Day would be nice.
She would be the best adorable character. Like,
if anyone doesn't know Kristen Schaal, she plays the voice of Louise on Bob's Burgers.
Okay.
Yeah. You've seen her around, that's
ever.
for sure.
I've seen her. I googled her. I've seen her.
She does the PSP commercials or the PlayStation commercials.
Okay, there you go.
So that's how everybody's seen her.
Exactly. If you're a gamer, you know PlayStation. What's up?
I mean,
she does the Sony Xperia phones as well.
So she gets out there. She's busy.
I think, yeah.
Maybe some Sarah Silverman.
Sarah
never get
Silverman
enough of her.
would be nice. She's a hot tamale.
She'd be a good addition to the writing crew. Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't agree with that one.
You don't like Sarah Silverman?
Some of her stuff is good. Some of her stuff is not. It's a real hit and miss with her.
Fair enough.
But they're gonna have to. For comedy, it's so good.
Yeah, well,
especially when she gets to like talk shows and stuff. Maybe not so much her television program, but
her
even though the Sarah Silverman program did have some good stuff, though.
Yeah, the credits at the end.
Oh, see, I'm not even gonna try. I won't try and sue you.
Yeah.
But who would be their quote-unquote...
I feel like Rashida Jones should be added into that.
Yeah.
I think she's good. Just have Rashida Jones and Amy Poehler and everything together, apparently.
I mean, if they could just have like a powerhouse of female actresses that could all contribute to even just the writing part.
Yeah. And chemistry.
Amy Poehler.
And chemistry is like one of the most important things for the like original Ghostbusters franchise, right? A cast that looks like it can mesh.
Yeah. But what about their token black person, quote unquote?
Rashida Jones is color, right? Like she's mixed something.
Yeah, like maybe when she's in a shadow.
Maybe possibly. Hey, they pull that off with.
What about Mindy Kaling? She's from The Office.
Okay. I don't know. I get crap for this all the time, but I'm not a huge fan. Like I'm like Fight the Power because she can write and star in her own show.
Okay.
But I'm not the biggest fan of Mindy Kaling. She seems like every sensationalized quirky girl ever since like Ugly Betty. So I'm not sure.
I'd have to agree. I'm not a big fan of her either.
I'm not sure if I'm on the Mindy Kaling ship.
Guess I'm just trying to make suggestions here.
Just trying to.
That's fine.
Yeah. What about Aubrey Plaza?
Oh, that name sounds very familiar. From like Scott Pilgrim?
No, she's from Parks and Rec. She's like the super emo chick.
Oh, she was also in Scott
She dates Chris Pratt in the show.
Okay.
I shared her IMDb in the links.
Fair enough.
She's been in a few other things. She's got a movie coming out later this year, but I think her biggest role is in Parks and Recreation.
Fair enough. She was in Scott Pilgrim as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that you said Chris Pratt, I'm just like, how can we get Chris Pratt onto this? Can you put him in a wig and a dress and just say that he could be a part of the reboot?
It should just be the girls saving the guys. So they could Chris Pratt like weeping in the fetal position or something in the corner.
He could be the secretary.
He could be the secretary. There we go.
Right? You're doing a whole gender swap, right? So
there we go. Oh my gosh, I'm already into this. Can we do the casting? The console Xplosion would like to lend their hand in the casting of this.
And the script writing, and we'll get it done. We'll make this
I like it.
Yeah, we will come up with the concept, hire some professional ghostwriters to to write it.
So professional. You've got a writer right here. I can.
Oh yeah.
I can do it. It would be ghostwriting if you want. I could say that you did most of the work if that's the idea. I'd ghostwrite for the console Xplosion.
Okay, done. Let's start it. Let's contact. Was it 20th Century Fox? Who owns Ghostbusters?
I don't know, but I've spoken to Bill Murray before. I can just DM him or something. I'll inbox him on Twitter.
There you go. He's on my friends list.
Who totes is? Me and Bill Murray go way back.
From back in the day.
You have to introduce me sometime.
For way back. Anyways.
We're from the West Side.
Yeah, Bill Murray is secretly grew up in the ghetto of Toronto.
Yeah.
That's just that nightmare alone is what made him go into Groundhog Day.
There you go. Oh God.
Okay, I think that's enough before I get any more offensive.
I don't even know who owns.
I think it's Warner Brothers.
Think it's Warner Brothers?
I want to say.
I was going to say Universal. That's who I was thinking.
One of the two.
But if it was Universal, I was thinking Universal would have a ride of it somewhere. Why haven't they made an amusement park about Ghostbusters?
There is a Ghostbusters ride somewhere. There's no way there isn't.
I feel like
I've heard of it. I feel like I've heard it. Dan Aykroyd. Contact the filmmakers on IMDb Pro. I didn't know that was a thing that you could do on IMDb Pro.
Yep, you got to pay for it.
Fair enough. Contacting filmmakers, I don't know. For a small 14-day free trial, I can harass whoever I want in the industry. Interesting.
Yep.
I see the copyright here for Columbia Pictures.
Yeah,
Columbia, that's right.
Yeah, it's a Columbia Pictures. I just checked the details right now.
Yeah.
Right. I remember with the girl with the thing. Do you actually know that picture of the Columbia girl holding up the flame is actually a Coke bottle shape? Is actually a Coke bottle.
Really?
Like, what?
Yeah.
The more you know. Anyways.
Hey, you guys are all typing to look it up, aren't you?
Yeah, you can hear it, can't you?
That was mostly him. I was more impressed with the fact that Ghostbuster made almost $14 million in its opening weekend in 1984.
Wow.
That's incredible. But its budget was apparently estimated to $32 million, so it didn't necessarily come up even, but it might have eventually. Oh no, in gross it eventually did. $241 million gross income. Holy. And that's last year's. That's a recent statistic. It was a statistic made 6 days ago.
So yeah, it would make sense to bring it back, but
it would, absolutely. It's a cult classic.
Well, think about Ghostbusters 2. They thought it'd be a real fail, but yet it did really, really well.
Yeah. I just don't need to see them bring it out in like 3D or any of that kind of stuff.
It's gonna
Ghostbusters, the original movie, though, in 3D. Because we've done it with Titanic, Star Wars Episode 1. I'm sure a couple others on the list. The Wizard of Oz is the next thing. I don't want to see this trend carry over to my Ghostbusters or, God forbid, Indiana Jones or Blade Runner or any other things. Like,
Blade
any
Runner
way
in
to make
3D
extra
would be
money.
cool. I think Blade Runner in 3D would be cool.
There's
the 3D effect, though. Like, have you ever seen any of these movies in the 3D theaters?
Yep.
No.
The Titanic one was weird. There was a lot of ghosting and mirror imaging that was happening in there. Like, the effect happened. It worked. Like, you could still see it in a three-dimensional perspective, but there was still, like, ghosting and mirroring that would still happen in, like, the banisters along the staircases, or even just like the decorations of the patterns on the windows and stuff, all that weird stuff. Just
in 2D
didn't look all that appealing.
Formatting. Like
into a 3D. Yeah.
Yeah, there was
It just doesn't work.
I contemplated watching The Lion King in 3D, then I wondered why I would be paying that much more when I could get The Lion King on Blu-ray for the same price of that ticket.
See, but cartoons and things like that, like one movie I go to every year that was released quite a while ago on Halloween is Nightmare Before Christmas in 3D.
Okay.
In
I've
theaters.
never seen that.
Mm-hmm.
All the time in Calgary, they play it. Great. I love it. It's well done.
Do you love the movie or particularly in 3D?
I like it in 3D. I bought the 3D version. I actually have the whole head cast of Jack Skellington, and then has the movies at the bottom and the 3D and all the Blu-ray and everything on the bottom. It got it from HMV for Christmas, and yeah, it's pretty cool. But it's when it's an old movie like that can be done properly. Yes, when it's an old movie that can't be done,
then just leave it be.
Yeah,
leave it be.
But they won't, because you just do that. You could re-release it in theaters and make more money. People are going to go see it. They love it.
Yep.
Like we said before, nostalgia.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The things people do for nostalgia.
Oh, it's a cruel thing that they toy with.
Anyways. But yeah.
Okay.
Any more? Any more news? Anybody would like to divulge in?
No, I think we've done it. I'm sick of talking to you guys.
Oh gosh, so over it. Yeah, I mean, like I'll log off so you guys can continue talking about your virtual boobs.
Well, that would actually give us something else to talk about. So
fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
But we can talk about that next week.
Fair enough.
Topic for next week. So we'll pull everyone in who wants to talk about boobs.
Just wow. Fair enough. I don't know. I think I might be a little busy, but I'll try to listen in.
But if we just put that word in our tags, we could probably get hundreds of views.
Yeah, just be like boobs.
We're gonna talk boobs.
And then they realize there's not a single girl in the podcast.
We'll put your picture on there and put boobs in the title.
Nice. I think there are a lot of Instagram pictures that you could probably screen grab of that, but I'm not giving you permission to.
Damn it.
Do it.
Got us there. Okay, well, I guess if that's going to be the end of the show, we might as well close out, right?
Fair enough.
So, Kaz, you got your spiel.
Yep. Again, thank you very much for everyone who tuned in and either listening to it on our website, listening on YouTube. Make sure you check out our next week's one and check out all our old ones as well. www.theconsoleexplosion.com. My name is Kaztech. Follow us on Twitter and our Facebook page for all your gaming and geek news. Again, this is Kaztech signing out from Ottawa, Ontario.
And this is Matt getting at you from Edmonton, Alberta. Don't forget to check out my Co-op Couch stuff. We plugged it before, but hey, we know you love this shit. So Co-op Couch Show on YouTube, and you can follow me on Twitter at Gingy Beardy Guy. I was gonna say my Steam tag, but that's wrong. Gingy Beardy Guy.
And I am Fatuma. You can follow me on Twitter at @link1217. You'll see more of me on the Console Explosion next week as I cover the Saskatoon Comic and Entertainment Expo. So hopefully I can join in this podcast on days that they might not be talking about boobs. That is all.
Good game, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye.